I see how we moving.
I see how you record. Listen, you came in here a haircut, talking real savage. It's crazy how a nigga's stride changed. I've never seen him walk like that. You had like a Denzel training day suave thing going. Who has the best walk in movies? We know who has the best run.
Samuel Jackson secretly has a very old man but suave, like one of those ones where he's not in a rush to go anywhere. He's like, no, I'm gonna kick your ass. I'm gonna kick your ass right when I get to you.
It's so crazy that you said him, and I immediately thought of Mr. Glass. The one movie he's not walking. He's rolling. And when you're like, he moves like an old man, I pictured him going down the stairs and breaking his legs in 54 places. Oh my goodness.
No.
That's probably one of the funniest moments in a movie that were not meant to be funny.
That he falls?
There's
a lot of unintentional humor in that movie.
It shouldn't have been that so fun. It shouldn't have been that funny.
Yeah, that's not...
I really like that movie, though.
Mr. Glass?
Unbreakable.
The first one?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, the first one, Mr. Glass, Split, then joining, it just got weird.
I mean, I get it, but it's M. Night Shyamalan.
Yeah.
Shyamalan.
I don't know. I don't think anyone beats Denzel's walk. He has a very distinct walk. He's got the one, hit you with the, that right shoulder got a little... in it. You feel?
Listen, what movie that he has a best walk? And in the movie, I'll give you the answer. It's Flight. Anytime he'd be walking in Flight.
I don't know.
There's a certain energy when you're walking around a plane.
Look at Eli. He be walking.
Oh, when he be walking backwards into the shadows with the... He's like, I told you. And he fades into the shadow.
That's like the MJ. That's like Michael Jordan walk. And
I took it seriously.
Basketball. Yeah. He did the Homer Simpson into the bushes. He's like, I'm gonna get out of here.
Follow me to the shadows.
I'm gonna start doing that. Anytime my girl just pissed me off. All right, I'm talking to you later.
All right. You just walk into the kitchen?
You tripping. You tripping.
Oh, you in the kitchen now? Okay, I'm gonna holler at you.
Oh, man. Welcome back to the Concession Stand. I see boy Marlon, man. What's going on? Trying to work on my intro.
I'm Gabe.
Well, there.
Gotta give them both.
Okay.
Both ends.
Contrast.
Spectrum.
Arc. Layer. I see where it's going.
Layers.
I see what you're saying.
Energy.
Layers. You can't talk about layers when all your layers are gone.
Yeah, you know what?
You're on a different vibe right now.
Listen, I'm not saying
I don't know if I could be in the same room. I'm wearing a hat for a reason.
I'm coming out of retirement a little bit.
So you ready for some poo-poo now? God bless. Hallelujah. The government will not win.
You know what? You realize you can only let people talk shit on your name for so long.
Oh shit!
And people got to let them know that my jersey's in the rafters.
I'm a
first ballot Hall of Famer.
I'm gonna chalk this up to narcissism, but I feel like I had something to do with this. I don't know.
1,000%.
I feel like
1,000%.
I feel like me challenging him to the race.
1,000%.
Woo! That testosterone. One of the girls probably hit him in the DM like, I don't know if you have it like that anymore.
I mean, like once, but me, and I said that's it.
And she's like, but do you remember that one time?
It was full Rocky training montage. But I woke up 6 o'clock in the morning in the gray tracksuit. Chasing chickens all over the place. You gotta eat lightning and you gotta crack thunder.
When I was editing that shit from last week, and I played it, dog, I didn't remember that hug being as...
The hug is very...
exuberant.
Oh, and they're in the water too.
Oh,
the best part is like their wives are watching. They're like, they're really happy.
Just sitting at the beach while these guys are just jumping up and down, hugging each other in the water.
They're like, we were promised...
For what?
We were promised sandcastles. What
was the reason? That's what I want to know.
That a white man finally beat him in a race.
Were they overcome with joy?
Yeah, that's Rocky can beat him in a race. That's how... I'll tell you what.
I'm not...
If you beat me, you can give me a hug. Because we'd all be so surprised.
Unless you're my son.
I'm not going to hug.
And I've been destroying you your whole life. Then you turn 18
that's
one
the
day.
only reason.
And you slap me. And I'm just like, he did it. Then I'm jumping in the water. I'm giving you you did it, son!
Would Apollo Creed fall under the magical Negro category? Is he technically...
Do magical Negroes die? Yeah, they kind of die.
Yeah. I mean, Bagger Vance was never alive to begin with.
I mean, that nigga just... he just fucking backed up. He's like, all right, later, Matt Damon.
When the kid who was with him is an old man on the golf course, he like looks into the distance and he's just like... Giving him the backhand wave.
The magical Negro in Field of Dreams. He literally disappears into a cornfield. What other magical Negroes just disappear? Well, the Oracle got crushed. We didn't
see it. Does the butler die? No, the butler meets Obama, and then it's like roll credits.
How do I make this the title? How do I make this the title? Is there emoji?
Coffin hands. Sarcophagus.
Oh my god. No, that's too funny.
Fade to black.
Fade to black for real.
How was your week?
My week was good. I got a cat.
Wow, look at you.
Well, kitten, to be specific.
I think it's a feline.
Oh my gosh, she's so
Are you
cute.
an animal person?
Yeah. I love animals.
Was this your doing, like your prerogative to be like, we're getting a cat?
Dream,
or was this?
But
was
my
this
girl
the
just turned to me and was just like,
"We're getting a cat."
Look, this posting. I just went on Kijiji and I seen this posting for $400. I'm like, we're getting that. And we messaged them. They said it was available. I was like, so we'll be there tomorrow morning. And
no kidding.
We did.
Wow.
Yeah. 8 weeks old.
Oh, wow.
Little tabby.
Oh, that's so cute. I don't know what that means.
Cute. Her name is Doja.
Naturally. That seems accurate.
Naturally. I was going to go Garfield or something from a movie that
Sylvester.
I like. Yeah. But yeah. No. Doja seemed fitting.
No, that seems very
up
your
year
alley.
for Doja.
It's a great year for Doge.
Yeah.
Big up Doge. Big up Doge.
Ooh, I just realized that may be the female. Ooh, conspiracy. Doja, the female version of Doge.
As in like Dogecoin?
Did I just create a coin with my cat?
Doja coin? Doja coin?
Doja coin? I can do Doja coin.
I mean, fuck it. We're in.
I just need a cat picture that's very tiny and humorous.
Sold. I'm in.
I don't know what that other. Where did they get that first Doge picture?
I think it's a picture of a dog that was like a meme where the dog was looking funny, and then they just like drew over it.
I should have taken a dog from good old movie Homeward Bound.
Homeward Bound?
You don't remember Homeward Bound?
No.
3 dogs get lost at like a circus or some shit. One of the daughters' name is Rice.
Bound.
She has braces. 3 dogs. One of them's a German Shepherd, I believe, and then the other 2 are much skinnier and humorous. And
much skinnier, very humorous.
you know how that goes. There's a skinny, chubby one. They're both funny.
One's got a deep voice, one's got a lisp.
Yeah,
there it is.
Exactly.
Sold.
And they go basically. There's these. There's the bad guys,
of course,
who are kind of. I don't know, trying to just
alley
take these dogs.
Oh, they're. Yeah, why were there so many Disney movies of like stealing animals? Like, what was the market for these theft of animals?
Was there a high, like, did I miss a point in history where people were just stealing animals?
The only plot point in a Disney movie that I remember where the stealing of animals made sense was Aristocats. Remember Aristocats?
Yes, of course.
The reason why the butler wanted to steal the cats is because the old lady's will said the money goes to the cats.
Yeah.
And my man was like,
sense.
over my fucking
money.
dead body.
Exactly.
Not in nobody's. So I get why he wanted to kill the cats.
Yeah.
I don't understand any of Oliver and company.
that pussy.
Why were the dogs running away? I don't get it.
Dalmatians,
Cruella?
coats?
I guess, but
Is it that serious?
bite the lady. Just bite her.
You never heard of mink?
Mink? Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, is there
Chinchilla?
chinchilla? Like, there's so many other animals with fur that are easier to
Beavers?
catch.
They had hats. Canada's founded on beavers.
Hudson's Bay Company.
There you go.
Trade some pellets.
Canadian minute.
But yeah, we got the cat. Cat's been great. Will not let me watch shows in peace, but
You just pick up
Cat's
the.
in peace.
Why do you just
and
pick
then
up
she
the
just
cat?
runs back. She just kind of runs back and does her own thing.
Okay.
She's in a biting phase.
Okay.
She likes to wrestle nails and such.
I mean, it's a cat. It's an animal.
Sure.
Unpredictable. Can you train cats?
Yes.
Are you planning on training your cat?
I'm already training my cat.
Interesting.
She's already learned how to go.
She can already
take a
recognize
pee,
that tenant's
take a
bad.
shit. She already knows tenant's horrible. She told me voluntarily when we met, and I was like,
She's like, Marlon, that's some bullshit.
That's the cat for me. That's the one. There's
You're
8 of them.
scrolling. Like, no, this cat does not like tenants. Sold.
There's 8 of them, and majority of them are M. Night Shyamalan fans. So it was very easy. Very easy to get rid of them. But let's get into let's reverse the order.
Ooh.
I'm tired of the movie order, the theater order.
Sure.
Okay? Trailers at the end. Main big fish.
Sure, I'm
Feature
in.
presentation.
Put it in
right
front.
off the top.
Sure, I didn't know we had an order for a while, but
We
like,
don't,
fuck it.
But we're setting it.
No, yay. You
got video,
You
we
gotta
gotta
say
set
it to
some
do
word for
it.
these people.
Say it to do it.
You feel me? Loki,
Great show.
episode 2.
Enjoyable.
Very.
A lot of talking. So much exposition.
Very much a lot of talking. It's one of those
was
information
into it.
episodes. I mean, I was into it. It's
Good
not
bands. It was good bands.
Yeah, there were, I feel like the scene with him and Mobius sitting in the calf
Yeah.
was a little drawn out. But
Very much so. Talking about like their belief systems, I was like, this is a university philosophy class.
It just doesn't seem like information that we could circle back on.
You know what it felt like? It felt like I'm a Mac, I'm a PC commercial.
Oh my. Yo.
I'm a timekeeper and I'm an Asgardian.
What do you think about Mobius?
I think he's like a guy in the system who doesn't know the system is probably bad. He's just like, I'm doing it to do it. And he kind of believes in what he's doing.
Yeah.
He's like every beat cop who doesn't realize like the system's corrupt. He's like, I'm just here for the bad guy. And then he doesn't realize, oh, the bad guy is the system.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And that's the thing is like, I want to know who's in charge.
The timekeepers. The
Are they the last
I don't think
final boss?
I don't think they're really there.
What do you mean? You don't think they exist?
I think they exist somewhere, but I don't think they're like, they're behind this door. I think they're somewhere else.
They're in between the fabrics of time and
Well,
space.
they make it sound like, because Loki's like, I want to meet them, and I don't think they're like an entity that you meet. Like, it's not
I
like
think they're an entity
I'm
that
sending
you
you to.
meet.
I'm not sending you to the 15th floor to meet the bosses.
Well, I think it's an entity that you meet, but I don't think it's an entity that is of a realm that anybody could just have access to. I think they just kind of pop up when they need to, and then that's when you answer to them and that type of thing.
Right.
Whereas, like, if I ran shit like that, I wouldn't need to be there every day.
You already made time.
Big dog.
I don't need to hang out.
You saw me. I'm big dog.
I know guys who run startups that don't need to be there every day. If you made time, I really don't need to be there.
You see what I'm saying? Them niggas is playing golf. Timekeepers out there just swinging it.
Your elbow's all over the place.
But I want to know who runs them.
Timekeepers playing golf is nuts.
I mean, what takes time?
Is that a gimme? Nah.
No way.
No, sir.
I want to know who runs them.
Who's
their
the
god?
who's the ultimate?
Who's the ultimate final boss? Because I'm trying to figure out. So
Isn't there always going to be a
Loki.
final boss?
This is the thing, though. Like, it's just like how Mobius, you say, doesn't realize that he may be a puppet. The timekeepers might not realize that they're a puppet. And then Loki, female Loki that we've now met, she might not know that she's a puppet.
From my understanding, from the theories that are on the YouTube, because I'm a big fan of the YouTube theories.
Yes.
It sounds like Lady Loki is already hip to the game, and she's trying to kind of corrupt the system because the system's bad.
Yeah.
So I think she's kind of hip to like, there's some bullshit here in this matrix.
So you think she's good?
Well, I mean, what is good? I mean, she's killing people, so I'm not a fan of the killing or whatever. But if they're like authoritarian regimes, I can.
No, that's the thing. Like, what if she's especially once we've been introduced to the fact that there's multiple Lokis.
So many Lokis.
A bunch of different Lokis.
There's thick Loki.
Fucking Incredible Hulk.
There's blue Loki.
Loki. There's some sort of Rasta Loki that looked like Coolio. It was weird. Yeah, there's a bunch of different weird Lokis.
Snoop Lion Loki.
And they don't necessarily look like him, right?
Well, hence Lady Loki.
Yeah, exactly. And so in the comics, allegedly, his spirit inhabited...
Yeah, so much
woman.
like the tapping, how she'd be tapping in and out of souls, which is like a Denzel movie. You ever seen the movie Fallen?
No.
It's a horror movie where like a spirit
That's right.
kind of jumps in and out of
No.
I
go to church for that.
Dead. Very true. But like the same premise is kind of like how the
Holy
Loki.
Ghost.
It's called the Holy Ghost. You catch it, you bust a move.
Fire.
Fire,
Fire, fall on me. What kind of song is that, by the way?
Listen, I don't think the church songs are necessarily penned the strongest.
I mean, they're pretty good.
I mean, the gospel joints
They've birthed some of our greatest.
Lift Every Voice.
Whitney, Beyonce,
Legend. Aretha.
Patty.
Gladys.
Yeah, not James, though. It's a different church altogether. You feel me? Jump back where he got it from.
Jump back one. Kiss myself.
That is great shit.
The Eddie Murphy. Yeah.
Since we're here, we'll get.
Let's finish Loki.
Yeah, let's finish Loki. I really want to get into that. So Loki, I think.
Did you like it?
I did like it. I didn't like it as much as the first episode, but I think that's natural with.
Well, I think now they're world building. Like now they've introduced you, so now they got to do all the
fun. The adrenaline's died down.
Remember, WandaVision didn't get good until like episode 4.
I mean, kind of, but I still enjoyed what was happening. Yeah, you know what I mean. With this, I feel like it was a lot of information, and then we got like 10 minutes of action at the end, or 5 minutes of action rather at the end.
But I like where the chess pieces have been set.
Oh yeah,
now.
for sure.
I like this idea. Like now the timeline's getting all fucked up. I like
that was crazy.
I like the small. That's like on big scale, and then on the small scale, I like how like the little Miss Time Hands.
Yes,
is like making fun of him. Miss Minutes. Yes, she's hilarious. She's great. She's like, are you alive or are you programmed? Yeah, both.
I can't remember what she reminds me of, but this
it's the Jurassic Park. It's the DNA Jurassic Park.
There's something else where it's like, is it Wally? I don't know if it's Wally.
I mean, she reminds me of CP3O from like Star Wars.
Love, Death, and Robots. When that one episode where it's in the future and everything's gone and it's apocalypse, but just robots that are alive.
Oh yeah, the first step of the new one.
And there's like the sidekick, the one that won't stop. I cannot fucking remember, but I'll figure it out. And
sounds like 3 words.
Don't do this. Why is this 3 words?
I don't know. Third, no, because then this means the third word is what I'm trying to explain to you. Word. This is the full sentence.
Wow, that's too many rules.
I love a charades.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck
I'm a taboo guy.
The whole fucking board game.
Taboo.
Any date night board game, which is ironic because I never have the date for the thing.
You need to play. You can't play Taboo with lesser minds.
Listen. That's the worst.
Dog. Some people really like that. That game really shows vocab.
Taboo with lesser minds. I'm like, fam, you've been using the same fucking word 8 times. Like, you need to, fam, expand.
Do you know how many times I've watched someone literally display the elephant with the chain? Like, they're literally stuck in a box and there's no chain. There's no chain. They took the shackles off your feet so you can dance.
He's like, I don't know where to go.
I can't leave. Free your mind.
No, nothing. Like, it's sick.
It's scary.
But then when you play with people who's like are really on the same wavelength, you're like, this is fucking stupid.
Fucking crazy.
It almost makes you pissed. You're like, I don't want to play this game anymore.
I can't play with anybody else. I can't play with anybody else. Yeah. And when you're the lesser mind.
Oh, it's yucky.
No.
It's very yucky in there.
What are you giving this out of 10, this second episode?
Out of 10? I give it a hard 7.5.
Okay.
I give it an 8 because I like how they plotted the idea. Spoiler. I like how they plotted the idea that Loki, the secret Loki, the lady Loki, is out here in different apocalypses. That's how she's kind of been skirting the time authority.
Did you like that actress?
I mean, she was there for like 38 seconds. So like she's fine. I could care less. I don't recognize her from anything.
I'm already not feeling it.
You're already out?
I'm already out. And I feel like she should have had black hair too.
I mean,
why is she blonde?
She could be anything.
I mean, I get that.
You really wanted it to be Lady Loki.
Yeah, like, you know what I mean? Like the traditional, this whole inclusive shit is pissing me off.
Inclusive of blonde people?
Yeah. Kukui, I say again.
I draw the line at blonde one. That's hilarious.
I mean, sounds like somebody I know from a long time ago. I can't say it will get demonetized. But everybody has a line. All I'm saying is...
no, you're nuts.
All I'm saying is that in the 90s, when there's a female version of a guy...
Usually it's a direct
Shorty looked like dude.
I agree.
She looked like dude.
I would have enjoyed... If the design... Keira Knightley. You can't just throw Keira Knightley into everything.
Why not?
I don't know, because I would have thought Keira Knightley
Anne Hathaway.
Speaking of Anne Hathaway,
Angelina.
Speaking of Anne Hathaway, our favorite Catwoman.
I love those. Sorry.
Pyramids. I mean, great.
Great.
Not what I was talking about. Anne Hathaway. She should be in the next Mummy. Beside the point. Think about it.
As Brendan?
Yes. Think about
You're
it.
so inclusive. I love it.
You know what?
It's a new day.
Yeah, and Stephen Yeun's in there as like, you know,
I like
look
it.
at the mixin. Look at the casting.
There was one more character, wasn't there?
The goofy
friend?
brother. The goofy brother.
He could be
Brendan
what's his
Fraser.
name?
Yeah, bring him back.
Bring him back.
He's having fun. I want that man to get as many paychecks as possible.
The goofy brother. I don't know.
It would be Anne Hathaway's goofy brother.
I guess.
No, it would be Stephen Yeun's goofy brother.
You know what's the new Mummy, right?
What's the new Mummy? Mission Impossible?
Last of Days or something like that. It was like a video game that's turned movie.
Oh,
Tom Holland.
Oh, what's it called?
Drake.
Oh,
He's playing Drake
Uncharted.
Bell. Uncharted.
Uncharted.
That's gonna be the new Mummy.
That is. And who?
I
it's
don't mind that genre
Mark
coming back.
Wahlberg and Tom Holland.
Actually, I do kind of mind that coming back. Not a big
All of a
fan
sudden,
of
Mark
Egyptian.
yeah, I don't like the pillaging
Egyptian
of the
Hollywood movies never done well.
The only way
Exodus.
this was
Gods and Queens.
Oh no, we never need to talk about that.
That is
movie.
a top 3 white people shouldn't have been in this role.
We
movie.
never need to speak of that movie.
There's
ever
Exodus,
again.
Gods and Kings,
Prince of Persia,
Prince of Persia,
the only
Last
bad
Samurai,
stuff. Bad
and
movie.
The Great Wall.
Oh, the Great
Matt
Wall.
Damon.
Oh no, I forgot about the Great Wall.
It was like the Last Samurai remix.
And it was so late. Like we already axed the Last Samurai. Like this never needs to be made.
Bro, it was so bad.
Oh my god, that's so bad.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I forgot about it. My pitch for like a reboot of the Mummy-esque Indiana Jones-esque
go.
movies would be
let's hear
this: a professor of color, any
Lawrence
color,
Fishburne.
sure. Salt. Woo! Salt. Fuck me up. We're in. Lawrence Fishburne is going around trying to steal. It's like a heist movie. He's stealing from museums and returning the objects back to their rightful places.
R.I.P. Clarence Williams III, man.
Yo, fam, what a legend. That would have been
that
perfect. Because he would have been like the old guy who you have to go see him and he'd be like, you see, brother, you have to travel down the ancient road. He's one of those. He's a hotep.
he is,
He's a little bit of a hotep. He's the conspiracy brother where you go to him and he's like, the conspiracy is, it's been there the whole time. It's like what was that movie with?
Conspiracy is, it's not a conspiracy.
What's the Nicolas Cage movie?
Face Off?
No, not Face Off.
Lord of War?
National Treasure.
Okay.
It's like all the conspiracies
Let's
are
go
kind
Family
of
Man next. I love that movie.
Punch Drunk Love?
Honestly, Family Man is my favorite Nicolas Cage movie.
No.
Other than Lord of War.
Moonstruck.
Nah.
With Cher?
Family Man?
Nah.
Alternate realities.
Yeah. No,
It's
no,
not
no,
a
no.
family. He works at a tire
He
shop.
took my arm. Oh man, come on. Nicolas Cage was killing it in that movie.
He killed it in Face Off too.
Listen, we don't.
Con Air.
Face Off is secretly a very. Oh, The Rock. Also unrelated. I'll save that for maybe our
We have
Did You
ADD,
Know?
by the way, if you
Oh
haven't
my
noticed.
goodness, flying over. The Rock with Sean Connery. They say that with Nicolas Cage as well. They say that that's the last James Bond movie because technically the guy's character, if you like listen to the movie, they're like, oh. It could be James Bond. They're like, in the 60s, he got arrested from his last operation in Jamaica or Bahamas, whatever. And the last James Bond movie that like is canon was him working with the CIA in Jamaica.
Yeah, that was one of those ones.
The Rock
that was
is-
like when Steven Seagal went to Jamaica. That was
No,
not
that
funny.
James Bond movie was Dr. No. It's a classic. From the 60s. Imagine it's the 60s.
You're slapping things. I don't know. I wasn't.
Yeah, you can't. Yeah.
He's very racist as well.
Sean Connery's very, very racist.
Like very racist.
Yeah, he's bad.
And he doubled and tripled down on abusing women.
Yeah, he's
He
bad.
said, it's my right. It's my God-given right.
It's my
Close the door if you're coming in.
my penny. It's my God-given right.
It's my God-given right.
That's nuts.
I love
Putting the accent on abuse is sick. That's sick. We have to bring levity to a terrible situation.
Indeed.
But yo, it's my God-given right.
It's my God-given right.
I'm a Scottish submarine captain.
That was good. That was good. What were we talking about?
All right, we finished off with Loki. We ended off with Anne Hathaway. Anne Hathaway as Catwoman. Interesting
she is.
fact: Batman apparently doesn't eat box.
Batman does eat box according to Zack Snyder. Though.
Which, how do we feel that Zack Snyder is the one that to his canon? Now I understand.
Hey, I mean, I'll allow you to do that after Snyder's cut.
So maybe Batman doesn't eat box, but I imagine Bruce Wayne would.
I mean, Batman is the one without powers, so I would assume he would be the one most eager to eat box.
See, I would say that
He's got to compensate.
I would think it's the opposite.
Nigga can't even fly.
I think he can do so many other things that in his repertoire of everything, he sounds like a perfectionist to me. I didn't picture that way. Bruce Wayne is a perfectionist. This nigga needs to be good at a kind of everything because he doesn't have powers. Therefore, I would just see him being very good at it.
At cunnilingus?
Yeah, I feel like he'd be eager to please.
You could see Batman being good at sex?
Hey, why wouldn't he? He's got mommy issues. Of course he's going to be out there.
How many rich guys are good at sex?
I mean, I wouldn't know.
Not many, according to the ladies. But apparently broke dick is it.
Shout out to my poor bank account.
And he's a Trump supporter. Come on, Batman. Batman ain't blowing backs out.
Batman's a Trump supporter? I don't think he would be.
It's in the 1%.
Nah, I think
throws banquets.
Batman would definitely be a Biden supporter.
He throws banquets.
Now, Batman's definitely a Biden supporter.
Black tie?
Yeah, there's black tie people who are liberal, unfortunately.
I know, but I mean, not ones that...
He strikes me as a guy who was an Obama fundraiser, and he was like, we've solved racism. He's like that type of liberal.
There's no black people in Gotham. Name 3.
That's a great question. No.
Trump supporter.
Name 3 black people.
He's basically a glorified... He's a rich George Zimmerman. Only fights crime in his city.
Oh my goodness gracious.
He's rich.
Oh, don't do that to
You don't see minorities unless he's attacking them.
False.
It's not false.
Amanda Waller, who's the lady who runs the Suicide Squad, she's black.
Suicide Squad? That's a reach. I'm talking about Batman movies.
It's the Batman. It's person in the universe. It's canon.
No. The blackest person in Batman movies was Seal.
Kiss my rose on the grave.
Ooh, the more I get from you, the stranger it feels. Yeah. That's a weird line.
Also, Prince.
The more I get from you, the stranger it feels.
Maybe the man doesn't want to have attachment issues.
Yeah, it's about coke, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah. Or heroin.
Both. Poppies, it would be heroin. Because a rose would be, I presume, is kissed by a heroin. Rose?
He made a video the other day.
Prince did the soundtrack for the first Batman too, right?
People always hit me up like, is it about...
Is Seal British?
I don't know. He's like a very... He's got like this weird...
He's got like a muddled voice?
Yeah, it's like a rich... Just a rich
rich.
Voice.
You know when these people get too much money, they just don't know where they're from?
Nigga, you look at art, you feel like you gotta talk like Basquiat or some shit. Yeah.
The rich culture niggas. Well, you know.
I feel like
Lenny Kravitz's voice be trying to change over there too, you know?
Oh, yeah.
Lenny Kravitz's voice, you can't pin down the niggas from Baltimore.
What's his name? Virgil
Abloh.
I feel like his voice definitely gone by now. ASAP next.
Oh, soon. Nah, he's with Rihanna, so she keeping him humble.
Touche.
She keeping him humble.
Lupin is back.
Lupin.
Part 2.
Omar Sy, my nigga.
Listen.
My nigga. Love that guy.
I do have qualms.
Well, it is the concession stand. Who would we be without qualms?
I have qualms. I feel like the whole convenience that I gave a blight to in part 1, like there was a lot of
what sense?
There was a lot of very convenient conveniences.
Oh wow, he's just so good at computer programming out of nowhere.
There's a lot of things that are like, okay.
Right.
So for me, I felt like they almost overdid it with this.
It was hugging the line.
It was kind of over the line at some point.
I mean,
yeah, I just feel like it's getting almost a little bit too unrealistic.
It's a 6'3" black guy.
I get it.
Who's in France, going to all these black tie parties
as the help,
but then also just magically suiting up. You're telling me
all the gadgets, all the equipment.
You're telling me out the gate this wasn't a little suspicious?
But by the way, guys, this is going to be a lot of spoilers, right?
Spoilers.
So, for example, almost like the first episode back, right? We're right back into
him looking for his son. Yeah.
Right? And the
Raul!
guy drives away an easy 10 minutes
Ahead of them. I would say more.
Maybe more.
Yeah.
And not only does the cop happen to be there, see it.
Yeah, because he was tracking them. Yeah.
See
Where they were going.
Everything. Also on top of that, they catch up to him.
Yeah.
In little to no time. In a neighboring city that is the closest city that he decided to stop at. And when he saw them, decided to sit in the car and watch them look around for him.
That's a good point.
I'm just like,
I don't think, okay.
this is not, if you're going to do this, do it episode 3. Episode 1, right out the gate.
I think you're looking at it. Here's my thing. I think we're looking at it as like a more like as a season 2 and not like one season.
No.
If I saw this
continuation,
if you saw this as an episode 6,
that's what I'm saying.
This would be fine.
Okay,
I don't know why they split it up.
They split it up.
That's my issue.
And then on top of splitting it up, they put it episode 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
I agree.
It's not 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I'm just like, oh, okay.
This is supposed to be like a new story.
Season.
I agree.
And so for that to be the cliffhanger with Raul,
the stakes feel weird. The pacing feels weird.
Feels very weird, and it's very obvious to me who watches television a lot that Raul's not gonna die this episode.
I mean,
it's episode 1.
I know that Raul wasn't going to die. But when that car blew up for a second...
You thought he was dead?
No, but I was like worried.
I was not even for a second. Because
You
know why? They didn't give enough time between leaving the cop in the car and Lupin going inside and finding the guy. Right. So I still remembered.
But he was still sitting in the car.
But he's still in the car.
And
I'm like, there's no way he's a zip ties holding that nigga for hours. It's literally nighttime now. Which, by the way, how?
How was it nighttime already?
How?
I mean, it would have to be, though.
It was broad daylight at first. Okay, so when he gets out the car and locks him in there.
So it's broad daylight right now. In 2 hours, it will be dark.
You think it took him 2 hours to walk into the house?
No,
that's my point.
That's
my point.
Nah, you
He went from the car to the house.
You right.
All of a sudden, it's fucking pitch black outside.
Right. I mean, yeah. I don't know. Maybe it gets dark faster in France. I haven't ever known. How can I know?
I think we can both agree it doesn't get dark fast in France at all.
Cut it out. This thing.
But
I think there's a suspension of disbelief when I watch Lupin. Lupin moves in a way like I don't look at it the way I would look at a normal like Netflix heisty show. I look at it the way I would look at Mission Impossible and Ocean's 11. All that shit that when I really look at it, I'm like, this actually makes no sense.
I look at it like I watch Money Heist.
Money Heist makes no sense.
Exactly. But
it's entertaining.
They make it not make sense in a controlled fashion.
And in a controlled environment. This one's getting a little too stretchy.
It's just too all over the place. They got every costume imaginable.
No house. He does not have every costume. Those costumes are like very easily accessible.
He has mannequins in his home, like a museum,
like a Batman. This nigga's pulling up in like jumpsuits and shit. What I don't get is my nigga's really consistent with his his big overcoat and his tracksuit.
Yeah.
And I'm like, if you're trying to be conspicuous, let's change up your daily wardrobe.
With the J's.
You don't have to put on the newsboy hat every day.
Fucking
not everyday newsboy hat. Not everyday common hat, fam.
Yeah, no, I hate it. I hate that.
That being said, I know what I'm going to be for Halloween.
I
have all those things.
The casting. I got to go back to this. I think we highlighted it in season 1.
It is really good,
but fucking hell,
everybody's really good.
Child version and him are identical. You can't tell me they're not related, bro.
And the way he even
mannerisms.
Yeah, the way he carries himself is very much like
we said this with.
I get this. Even the girl.
We said Claire, this with This Is Us.
Oh yeah. This Is Us. The casting's stupid.
With the kids going up
and the teenagers, and then
oh my god, even the girl, her
Claire in
version.
Lupin, the teenage version looks like her daughter,
bro.
Like it's very stupid.
It's pretty nuts, man, and that's what I want Loki to do. I feel like.
And you understand, I'm not asking for a lot. Some black hair dye, I beg.
I agree. But yeah, Lupin.
I enjoyed it though. You haven't finished it yet.
I did enjoy it. I got one episode.
How do you feel about the kind of sudden shift of his love interest being Juliette?
I like that Juliette's getting more play because she does add a fresh dynamic.
She's a very good-looking older white lady.
Yeah.
She's doing it for me. Not all the way. I'm not like, whoa, wowzers.
She's like cornflakes to me.
But you like cornflakes?
Nah, I like
Really?
frosted.
It's the same thing.
Not at all, sir. Get out.
Just add.
Get out.
Just add sugar.
What?
Just add. It's quite literally.
It's quite literally not the same thing.
Oh, you just want to rep the same. You just rep the same tone of the tiger.
It's great.
The man said it.
It's in the title.
It said great.
Juliette, I like I said, I like her dynamic that she brings, and I know that she's gonna eventually be some sort of scapegoat for Hassan because she's too fuck Hassan right now. Even though me and you both know she loves Hassan, she'll always have love for Hassan. So it's like I feel like later on at some point she'll be a savior, to an extent. And Raul.
I like the addition of Raul, the Claire's little boyfriend. I like the addition. I like the a little tension the addition that it has, that she's moved on with her life, and Raul's like, I don't fuck with this nigga.
I feel like they could have got a better kid.
Yeah, Raul's not. He's kind of mailing it in. Like he's not. It's a good enough
showing
part.
up, getting the job done. And
it's a good enough part where he could really be. Like a good actor could have really chewed on this.
You stretch your legs in this role. They
Very
give you
much.
Opportunities.
Very
that phone
much.
call, I didn't believe him at all.
And when he's hanging out with the bad guy, having some pizza. Oh, the cop, Dumont. Fucking Dumont.
Yo, yeah. What's the other cop? Garminder.
They call him the North African.
Gardamer.
No. That's the character in the book. So that's why he names him whatever.
Oh, that's what he named him?
Yeah.
Oh,
because he asked him. Because remember when he's driving, he's like, "Who's your favorite character in Lupin?" He's like, Gabar. And he's like, "Why would you pick that?" He's like, "Yeah, Lupin's an easy character. But
Yeah.
the cop kind of helps him and whatever." He's like, "And I'm also a cop." The kid's like, "Yeah, no shit."
Yeah.
I don't like the girl cop. I think she's just not.
It's too extra.
Like doing the most.
Laying it on thick for no reason.
Too much.
Yeah. I didn't care for
Claire's
the whole,
killing it. Claire did a great job.
Claire did a really good job. I kind of liked the setup that they did with the restaurant and how they kind of had to. It's almost like Inception. They had to plant the seed and just let it grow naturally and hope for the best and hope that she would ride out and do the right thing, which I like the way that they explained it afterwards.
There's one last character reveal in the last episode that I think is I think they kind of they're writing the piece de resistance. they're all their kind of their chess credit of what we really liked about the first season.
Yeah.
I think they kind of use it in this. It's very much like the end of Ocean's 11 where you're like, the last one. The last Ocean's 13.
24.
Sure. Ocean's 58.
Yeah.
It's just the whole city.
Yeah.
Everybody's in on it.
Fast and Furious did at the end.
Jason Statham's also in it now.
Expendables.
But at the end of Ocean's 13, you find out that it's Matt Damon's like family who bailed him out of jail. And they did the whole heist. And I was like, that's really funny. Much like that, you're like, oh, this nigga's been here the whole time. This is really funny. It's very small.
Wow.
You look back and you're like, oh, I get it. But I'm like, this is well done.
At some point, I'm hoping that Lupin's dad's like not dead or something. That would have been great.
This is my only issue with the whole show.
Yeah.
This is all over a diamond necklace.
Well, it's more so the principle. He ruined his life.
I get Arsene's motivation. I'm not getting the bad guy's motivation. There's too many people involved over insurance fraud.
His motivation is classism. His motivation is he was almost broke, had to pull off the fraud
right,
and now he's got to cover his tracks completely, which is why he's got that nerdy looking guy that comes through and I am the best.
Right.
€10,000. That's the only number you should be worrying about. All that bullshit.
All my clients love me.
Yeah, so he's just trying to cover his tracks.
That guy moves very diabolical.
Very, and I feel like he'll branch out with his own storyline later on because they
introduced him way too
abruptly, and then on top of that, he alluded to more people being involved than just him.
Maybe he's the big bad.
I mean, he could be, but
or maybe he's like the next guy for the next season.
Yeah.
Once you take him down, you're like, there's more.
There's more, and then because especially since he signed the contract right before they cuffed him, which I would assume binds them together somehow legally for something.
Somehow.
So something down the road, maybe what Hassan does ends up affecting their money.
Of course. And then plus there's still a big, there's a big showpiece at the end of which they kind of reveal how this money's getting moved in all these places.
Okay.
And that guy comes into play pretty well.
One thing I am getting tired of is the whole bumped into you and took exactly what I needed.
How are you?
You didn't suspect a thing move in movies. Like that's
how pickpocketing works.
Come on.
That's the best part. That's literally how pickpocketing works.
But it's not. It's
that's
more
literally
calculated.
That's literally how identity theft works.
But it's more calculated.
These niggas is calculated.
Dog, he walked up to the guy in an
I'm
alleyway.
not hearing it. If you like Money Heist, I'm not here. If you let Arturo stick his dick in the middle of a money heist, you better let these niggas pickpocket in France.
Whatever.
People pickpocket in France for nothing. Never mind.
I get that. Listen, I know that pickpocketing happens. I just don't think that. Boom, one bump, half a second. Oh, I got your whole swipe card that I didn't know what pocket was in, but somehow bumped into in half a second, found it, took it smooth enough for you not to notice. It's a lot.
I think that's how it happens.
It's not. I don't think that's how it happens.
I think it's a lot. I think so.
I think it's a lot.
I
think it's unrealistic.
I think it's very
Has it happened to you?
Yeah.
It's happened to you?
Yeah.
Where someone took what?
They took my card, on my thing. They put so here's how it happened. So in Montreal, we're on the subway, and I could feel like it wasn't that crowded, but like people were piling in a certain way. It's like, this is weird, and I felt somebody's bag kind of brush up on my back. I was whatever, and I kind of moved and whatever, and then I open up my fucking phone at the end of the night, and I'm like, there's a lot more money than I remember spending.
That's a lot of time. That's a lot of time.
By the end of the night that I realized.
No, but I'm saying that's a lot of time to take it.
Nothing was taken. It was a scan.
Oh, so I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about literally taking something. I know those ones work. I know the whole chip reader shit. Yes, I know that.
Oh, you're talking about the actual pull.
I'm talking about the fact that this nigga pulled up on a guy, bumped into him, took his swipe card.
Oh yeah, that was stretchy. Yeah,
just off a bump.
But that happens.
A random
that happens in every movie.
That's what I'm saying. I'm sick of it. You don't know how to.
Don't be sick of it.
You don't know how to get him in there.
Don't know how to get him in there. Don't be sick of it when niggas is doing it.
Wow.
Don't be sick of it. Let niggas eat.
That's what we doing?
Not really.
Xenophobia? To a different region.
I don't think that's what that means.
To a different part of the world.
This guy's like arachnophobia in 2021.
Is that what we doing?
How could you?
What came up as the trailers, man? We got Netflix canceling Grand Army.
Oh, you loved that show.
I loved.
You really enjoyed it. I thought it was pretty good
for that show on this show.
Correct. You did.
I feel like 13 Reasons Why, whatever that new one is with the biracial girl.
There's also another one with Mindy Kaling is producing it with an Indian girl.
I don't know, man.
Which is great.
All those pale in comparison.
Yeah, I think Grand Army is really well written.
Grand Army.
And it was super creative.
The writing, the flow of conversation, the choices in characters to highlight in the school.
Do you think
it was all great?
Do you think they dropped it because maybe it was just like the last one that they produced, or they're just like, yeah, we just didn't.
I don't know. I feel
it was
like
the first one on, so it's gonna be the last one off.
I feel like they maybe just have too many of that style show, and for some reason or other, maybe just metrics.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like at the end of the day,
It's hard to get another of that same demographic to get on board with another show that's very similar. You know?
they never really pushed it, which made no sense to me.
This was my thing. I've never really seen it outside of like looking for it.
Exactly. Then it didn't get no Stranger Things push or 13 Reasons Why.
The Stranger Things push was like a whole different level. That was
13 Reasons Why was on the same level, and it had no.
13
was
Reasons
there a
Why.
book before?
It was the controversy. Remember?
Yeah, but that was after the fact. I'm talking about the initial
prior,
lead up, the
I think.
rollout.
Yeah.
There was a whole
There was a lot
thing.
of the pushing and chugging and churning. Yeah, you're right.
And with Grand Army, man, I just feel like, yo, a lot of those kids, I better see them in some next shit.
It was a really well casted, well thought out show. I was hoping that more of them maybe went on to something else in some capacity.
Yeah.
I think they should. I think, again, that demographic, like that genre, that kind of teen, tweeny-esque issues, angsty, whatever. There's a lot of that still coming up from different studios. So I think they should still get them jobs.
It gave me Freaks and Geeks vibes, minus the comedy.
Yeah, you know what? You're not wrong. You're not wrong.
Look at the success that we've seen from that cast
Right.
of Freaks and Geeks now in 2021. It's like you got Seth Rogen, you got James Franco, you got I can't remember what her name is.
Oh, what's her face? I know you're talking about.
You know what I'm talking about. But yeah, you have all these people who ended up becoming superstars in Hollywood.
Well, it was interesting because, and Judd Apatow was the one who made it. So like, it's interesting to see like that. It was like before they were famous, but they were famous.
Yo, Judd Apatow is a god.
Judd Apatow is quite the legend.
He made John Cena good. He made John Cena funny.
I think John Cena
Trainwreck.
I think John Cena's funny. You don't think John Cena's funny?
Outside of Trainwreck?
I think he's funnier than The Rock.
I think most people are funnier than The Rock. But
Kevin Hart wouldn't say that.
you're dumb. Nice try. I'm not going to yet. You want to do it? I'll do it. Let's go. Kevin Hart went on a rant.
What'd you say? Nice try. Like you're like, that's not the entrance.
I knew because I wanted to get more to John Cena, but fuck it. Kevin Hart is ranting about not being funny again.
Why must he do this every week? Every day this guy said they don't love me, they don't respect me. I thought he don't give a fuck. What happened to I don't give a fuck?
Dog, you came up with a whole special called I Don't Give a Fuck.
You got to commit to the I don't give a fuck at some point.
Got to. And then on top of that, with that special, you showed that you gave a fuck almost like an hour after the shit dropped. Then now, out of nowhere, unprovoked.
Yes, you did.
Another time where you just dropped the Fatherhood movie, which is more of a dramatic role for him. And
why?
Somehow you're
Do you think that's
talking
gonna
about
be good?
not being funny again?
Do you think that's going to be good?
I don't think so. But I'll tell you why. I feel like comedians that have done serious roles, first of all, they ease themselves into it.
Yeah.
I think he's had serious parts, but I don't think he had serious enough movies as a supporting role.
Right.
I feel like every time dramatic roles or dramatic scenes have found him, he's the lead, and that's a lot of pressure and a lot of weight to bear. And
you got to do a lot. You got to do a lot of carrying in that.
And we like you because you've been funny for the 75% of the movie, right?
And I don't think and also you have to be a decent actor.
You can't tell a 1-2 joke and now the crowd likes you.
And you can't just do the line reading, and you can't be over melodramatic. There's like quite the thread of, you got to thin.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you have people
Thread
like
the needle
Robin Williams, Adam Sandler,
Jamie Foxx,
Jim Carrey, Jamie Foxx.
See, guys, I said Jamie Foxx.
I like it. And these guys have found a way to transition from comedy to the serious role. Jamie Foxx, supporting. He did that one where he's a taxi driver for Tom Cruise, Collateral. Robin Williams, Good Morning Vietnam. Who else?
Dead
Adam
Poet
Sandler,
Society.
Click.
Correct.
Jim Carrey, Me, Myself, and Irene.
No,
I mean
it was
Me, Myself, and Irene.
Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless
Sunshine of the Spotless Mind.
That was a tremendous. Oh, or even before that.
Even before that.
There's a movie where it's funny and serious at the same time. Mm-hmm. So it's like Truman Show for Jim Carrey. Is when he's like, I can flesh this out a little bit more.
Yeah.
Fisher King for Robin Williams, where he could be crazy, but really it's a serious movie.
Patch Adams. Yep.
Patch Adams.
You see what I'm saying? Where it's like you balance both, and you don't necessarily just go full keel dramatic, and I feel like that's what the fatherhood is gonna be.
He's gonna go full dramatic.
Full dramatic because he wants.
I think he's doing the Eddie Murphy path, but Eddie Murphy's path was not very successful until much later on. Well, he didn't get a good dramatic role until Dreamgirls, really.
Yeah.
If we're being honest.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. What was his first really dramatic? Like he showed he showed flares of
Boomerang was like a non-hard C comedy.
I can't count Boomerang. Too much improv. Way too much improv. But
it's facts. No, I agree.
I feel like he showed flares of his range with shit like Nutty Professor.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Where he had to deal with the sadness of being lonely and all that other stuff.
And that's a very well acted performance.
Very well acted. Not to mention he's playing multiple characters.
One day we really need to have a conversation about why did not get is he going to get a Lifetime Achievement Award? Because that movie deserved.
He already did. He got a whole show dedicated to him. Remember? All the comedians, Dave Chappelle,
that was SNL. That doesn't count.
No, there was another show.
Oh, we got the Mark Twain.
The Mark Twain prize
doesn't count. I want to give him that nigga an Oscar. He needs an Oscar. Give him the Lifetime Achievement
got the
Oscar
for fucking
for Dreamgirls.
No, recent.
Mr. Church.
No.
Oh, Dolomite.
Dolomite.
See, I agree. A lot of niggas didn't agree with me on Dolomite.
I thought when I watched it, I'm like, this is his.
You could tell a lot of the critics thought he was going to get nominated because that whole press run was like, oh, this is probably going to get nominated, and it was really good.
And it's Eddie Murphy.
It was. Niggas don't give Eddie.
They're not going to give Leo the respect.
He made a lot of bad movies for like 20 years. That's the tough part.
That Lies.
He really lowered the stock on him.
Movie. Fucking hell, bro.
The Lies one, imagine that.
The space one where he's
Dave, meet Dave?
No. Something Jupiter.
Oh, Pluto Nash.
Pluto Nash.
Why do I remember Pluto Nash?
I have no idea.
Pluto Nash is a tough one.
Memory.
That's a tough one. That's a tough watch. It's a tough listen. It's a tough listen.
Drake
It's a tough listen.
We got Tiana Taylor and
Iman Shumpert
doing a reality show on the heels of the Kardashians ending.
Respectfully, I could give less of a shit, but I'm glad black people are making money. Because I like Iman Shumpert and I like Tiana Taylor. I think they're a lovely couple. I think they're really genuine people. I hope they make a lot of money.
I was saying that
I
feel like we can get that Whitney and Bobby.
No. Well, Whitney and Bobby were on drugs. They were on drugs, Marlon. That's why that show was...
These two have threesomes. So it's like, drugs, threesomes.
I don't think that's going on E! That's not going on E! Daily.
Kim Kardashian sucked dick and got the show on E! Daily.
Yeah, but that's not on the show.
Debatable.
I mean, depending on how far they're willing to push the envelope.
I mean, I just feel like...
That's quite the envelope to push.
I feel like now's the time. If any.
But is that what you want to do with your show?
Why not?
I don't know.
How else are you gonna get ratings? Tiana Taylor has drama.
Sexuality spectrum. And whatever people want to do and support, and I'm pro. Everybody wants to do what they want to do. That being said, they have a daughter, and two,
well,
one.
I think
they have children.
Yeah,
there are children involved.
Yes.
So how you want to negotiate that in the grand scheme of involving them and whatever that means for them later on. I mean, you got to be careful.
I would never do a reality show.
Never.
If I had kids.
I would never want to do a reality show, period.
Single,
Nobody needs to know that much about me at any time.
We'll end it here. Seth Rogen says that comedy sequels never do good and are not what people want to see.
The only good one I can think of, because he said
he wouldn't do Superbad over again.
He said the only good comedy sequel was what?
I don't know.
Oh no, he said Rush. The kid said Rush Hour 2, and he said that's because it's an action movie, and then that forced me to really rethink.
Shrek 2,
animated doesn't count.
Okay, deal. Hangover 2 is horrible.
Is there a
Wayne's World 2 is horrible. Dumb and Dumber 2,
terrible.
Horrible. Horrible Bosses 2,
don't even remember it.
Meet the Fockers. That had a
Meet the Parents and Meet the Fockers. That's a good one.
That's a good one.
There we go.
American Pie 2. That's a good one.
Could not remember it.
No.
Barbershop 2, Back in Business. Oh, I'll tell you. Sister Act 2, Back in the Habit is a classic film.
touch me. Lauren
Is
Hill.
a classic
Holla at
film.
me. Joyful, joyful Lord.
Lord, we adore thee.
Joyful, joyful Lord, we adore thee. And in my life, I put none but...
I think we've already done this. Yeah, we're rehashing old material. Very hacky
Austin
of us.
Powers, The Spy Who Shagged Me.
I think, is there a bad Austin Powers
No.
movie? No.
He went 3 for 3 and then decided to make the fucking Guru. I'll break something.
He's coming
here.
back.
He made the Guru.
He's coming back, though.
The Maple Leafs.
He's coming back. But he's coming back with a new film.
What movie?
I don't know what it's called, but he's coming back. I like Mike Myers. I'm in on Mike Myers. Mike Myers
I'm
is
gonna
a
give him a black, he's Canadian.
Scarborough legend.
And his street's right beside the subway. Fun fact.
RT. I used to live in that same street.
You lived on Mike Myers Street?
It was before it was Mike Myers. It was Prudential. Yeah, Midland and Lawrence.
You lived on Prudential?
Big up Midland and Lawrence.
Back to the Future? Part 2?
Yeah. It's an action adventure movie, if I'm being honest.
Come on.
It's an adventure movie.
Action. He's fucking riding a skateboard, hoverboard.
The fucking car goes up
That's
into
not action. That's science.
adventure. I'm sorry. That's not action. That's science.
Home Alone 2?
Lost in New York. Is that a comedy?
With fucking Piers Morgan?
Is
As Pigeon Lady?
Stop it. Is Home Alone?
He's
That's
the Pigeon
hilarious.
Lady.
I know why he's upset, because he was cast as a whole pigeon
definitely
lady.
the Pigeon Lady.
Is that a comedy?
Yeah, of course. Home Alone's a comedy. What else is it?
Holiday movie?
Holiday comedy movie.
That's super hybrid.
The Best Man
I would
Holiday
say-
was a comedy movie until Shorty.
Sure. That's terrible.
Done.
Would those family vacation, like the National Lampoon ones? Would those ones
Definitely.
Yeah.
Ernest. We gotta have a whole Ernest episode.
All right, you're done. Ernest.
All right.
Ernest Goes to Space was legendary.
Ernest
for
Goes
being
to
honest.
Camp? Come
I know.
on.
That was pretty good. Naked Gun. Remember Naked Gun?
1, 2, 3, and 5.
Fam, legendary.
Steve-
Shout out to Leslie Nielsen, another Canadian legend.
Wow. Yeah, they didn't put more respect on Canadian actors.
There's a lot of classics.
We got Dan Aykroyd, for God's sake.
We do. He's a little loopy now, but he makes Crystal Skull vodka, so I gotta support him.
Thank you. Excuse me. Thank you guys so much for tuning in another week of the Concession Stand. Make sure you guys follow us on Instagram at TheCStand, also on Twitter at TheCStand. If you guys have any questions, comments, or concerns, you guys can hit us up there or DM Gabriel. He loves when you guys complain.
I ain't gonna answer
to
it.
him.
I apologize.
He's gonna answer every single thing you guys ask him. So bear with him. He will be losing in a race in the future. We've seen all the comments. We know who's gonna win. It's sad that I gotta embarrass him. But thank you guys so much for tuning in. Make sure you guys
Pleasure.
like, comment, share, and subscribe.
All those
and we'll
things.
catch you guys next time.
Peace.